Hey guys, my name is Amena, and tonight we're going to talk about our two minds that we have. If you're a part of my Facebook, I apologize. My Chrome browser is not working with the new version of the Facebook Live, so I will not have the video streaming that I normally do tonight. So I will fool with that once we're done today and make sure this video gets uploaded to there. So anyways, welcome. If you have a pen and paper, go ahead and get it. And we're going to start and talk about our two minds. And I'm going to talk about, and as I'm talking, I'm going to write some notes because this is the first time I've actually dug into this subject, like verbally. I've talked about it before, but never actually talked about it in this I guess condensed version. So I'm going to write some notes down. I hope you guys are well. If you write comments, I'll read them after we're done. Thank you. But it's hard to like teach something and comment too. So I'll definitely check them and address them once we're through. So it's going to be about 15-20 minutes of your time. If you have 15-20 minutes, definitely stick around. I recommend that you sit in somewhere that's quiet so you can concentrate and really get the information that I'm going to be teaching you guys tonight. So in our mind, we have like these voices, right? We have the voice of like reason, and we've got the voice of like destruction. We got the one that's telling us, go for it. You can do everything you set your mind to. You're amazing, you're the best, and so on and so forth. And then we've got this other one that's just like, you never did this before. You sucked the last time you did it. Don't even try. Today you look like crap. All the negative stuff we've ever compiled, right? And we're telling ourselves this, we're telling ourselves these things that degrade everything that we're trying to do, right? To move forward in life. And, it's very conflicting because in a way we have all this ambition and we have all these things that we want to do to succeed in life and to risk and to challenge ourselves to the next level. And this is another reason why you see me do so many self-challenges. I literally did 6 self-challenges last year just to push myself in different areas of my life that I was feeling weak at. So for example, I'll name some so then you can make your own list. In fact, let's start there. If you have a pen and paper, write down some challenges that you've taken, or write down some challenges that you would love to take. And I'm going to write that down. So when I cover this topic again, then I can make sure I address these. So the challenges that we do, either on social media or a friend challenges us or we self-challenge ourselves, should really be focused on building our self-esteem, building our determination, our persistence, our stamina, our just the willingness not to give up, to be a role model to ourselves, to be a hero to ourselves, all for ourselves. We should never be doing challenges that, are for something to impress somebody, to, get something. Because at the end of the day, it's all about us and how it makes us feel. So with that said, what challenges have you done in your life that made you feel good? And I will name some of mine too. And what did they help you accomplish? What hurdle did they help you get over? And if you haven't done any, list some too. So what challenges would you like to do that will push you to the next level? And tonight we're talking about the different 2 types of things that we say to ourselves, our 2 voices in our head, good and bad. And so I want you to start off to do these challenge questions first. So, because these challenges are gonna open you up and it's gonna make you think okay, these are the areas I'm stuck at, and maybe I should take that challenge that I saw somebody post, or hey, I'm just gonna make up my own challenge. And I'll tell you a couple of mine. In fact, I'm doing a challenge right now, for a self-challenge. My self-challenge, I'll start there. My self-challenge that I'm doing right now is 10 miles for 10 days. So 10 miles for 10 days. And I'm on day 6. So I just finished. Obviously, it's nighttime now. I finished. I do it outside. So let me make that clear. Not on a treadmill, not in a gym or anything like that. I do it outside in nature, woods, creeks, crossing stuff, things like that. It really keeps me disciplined. And that's one of the reasons I do it. So I'm doing it to keep me disciplined on a schedule. So I know it takes me 4 hours. I take it nice and slow. I take breaks. I listen to nature. I'm absorbed in either self-thought while I'm doing it, or I am absorbing books and content because I keep my Audible running as well. And I cut off my cell phone. Like I answer phone calls or anything like that either. So, like I said, I'm doing the self-challenge not only to push my limits, because I've never did 100 miles in 10 days, and also it's in concession, so it is a day after day after day after day. And so that actually pushes me past the weather challenge, because if you don't know Virginia weather, it is freezing outside in the morning and it rains like crazy and it's super duper windy. So it pushes me past even thinking of that, and it makes me stay the course. And it has been a really good feeling just to get out there and get it completed. So like I said, it not only pushes my stamina to the next level, because like I said, I never did 100 miles in 10 days, but also it challenges my determination and my dedication to my health and wellness as well. So that is why I'm doing it. What challenges have you done? And I'll name 2, but I'm not going to go into so much detail on these. So another challenge I did last year is I took aerial, what is it called? Aerial hoops. So it's called Lyra, but most people know as aerial hoops. It's a big hoop that dangles from a ceiling, and you basically do different moves in it, and doing the different moves, and you hit different pressure points that hold you in the hoop above the ground. It is super fun. I absolutely love it. And I did it to prove that, I could do it, that I had the strength, that I was agile, that I could flex and move that way. And like I said, so, pick these challenges to break free of that doubt in your mind. So, whenever you feel like yourself trying to overcome something big, say like, mine has been health and wellness, right? I just named 2, health and wellness. So say that you lost a bunch of weight, because I did a couple years ago, and you feel like you need to challenge now this new, body, this new fitness you stepped into. Look for challenges that's going to challenge that. That's going to push you past your normal workouts and really give you something that's going to be memorable, that you're going to feel good. Like, oh my God, I actually did that. That was amazing. I never thought I could do that, and I did it. So definitely, it won't only, break free of those doubts and that self-hate that we all have, but it'll also make you feel amazing that you finished it. Because every time you complete something, you're finishing a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? You set a goal, you completed it. So guess what? Once you finish one goal and you complete it, especially in such a small time frame, like 10 days or 30 days, then any other goal after that, you're going to hit. You have a better chance of hitting the next goal by completing the first one, right? The first challenge. So definitely keep up these challenges that you're putting in your life, and get past all that self-doubt and crap that you're telling yourself. It's all untrue. You need to find more positive things through what you listen to. You need to find more positive people to listen to. And you need to self-challenge yourself to get you to the next level. All right, so hopefully you wrote down some challenges. that you would like to do, and also the ones that you've already done that made you feel amazing. And then really find the reason why you did those challenges. And if they weren't for you and you were doing it because somebody dared you, or everybody else was doing it, like peer pressure, try to like do less of those, because those aren't going to advance you. Only the ones that you self-challenge yourself, that's going to grow into your goals or your new success that you're going for, that I want you to focus on. All right, so next thing I want to talk about is a concept, basically. So let me take a sip of water real fast. Okay, so we covered basically all the negative, right? And now we could talk about the positive, but I want to stay with the negative for a little bit. So with the negative mindset, the negative influences that we feed ourselves, I want you to think of it like this. One of my favorite inspirations is a gentleman named Napoleon Hill. He wrote many amazing books, and one of them was Think and Grow Rich. Well, another book that not many people know about, which was later in his life, was called Outwitting the Devil. And in Outwitting the Devil, Napoleon Hill talks about how he is talking with the devil, and the devil is basically avoiding these answers that that Napoleon is questioning him. It's very much like a court trial where, somebody questions the person, and then, waiting for a response. Well, in this book, it basically shifts the whole way you're supposed to look at this negative mind in your head. It basically, it goes on as you get into it and says, well, the devil isn't this, being or this substance after life, right? It's not this substance that, you're always working your whole life to avoid. But basically that the devil is that negative mindset, that he is within all of us, and he tries to control our minds by feeding us this crap that we are putting ourselves through. And I tell you this because if you think of it that way, that this negative force that's always within all of us is the devil, then it actually separates you a little bit from it and makes you feel a lot more in power over that. It makes you feel good once you conquer each little negativity, each little hurdle that that voice is telling you. With that said, of course, if you ever seen cartoons, like those old Bugs Bunny cartoons, and I remember this, that, he's talking, he's got this one's an angel and one's the devil. Think of it like that. So this devil is always telling him the bad stuff, right? I think they even had it in Wile E. Coyote, right? The Roadrunner cartoon. So, he always had the devil and God, right? The superior, I can't say the word, the being that connects us all, right? The force, the vibes, whatever you want to call it, spirituality that connects us all. The divine light. So, with the devil feeding you all this negativity, he basically rules everyone, because everybody, as people, are more drawn to the negativity. They just seem to respond more to negativity, even in responses to other people, and the way they treat people, and the way they treat themselves. And like I said, with that little bit of separation, you can really start fighting that as like a hero of your own story. So definitely look at it that way. Write it down so you don't forget. And definitely, of course, let's talk about, now we talked about more of the negative. I want to switch over to the positive, the inner light, to the mindset that tells you that you're going to be amazing at what you're getting ready to do, that anything is possible, that you're the greatest, and all that. So that's the voice I want you to concentrate. And this has also been covered a lot throughout philosophy. One of my favorite people that talk about this is Wallace D. Wattles. And he talks about this voice, this higher being voice, as one of I think it's Waddle Dee Waddles. Let me think. Here, I listened to Waddle Dee Waddles, and I listened to, yes, it was Waddle Dee Waddles, and he talks about, you know, how this inner voice like guides us through life. It gives us the knowledge we need from the universe, right? And we just don't know, you know, the exact science of it. It's just nature's way of giving us a little boost, a little push. And if you really get into like reading about successful people and how they come up with their ideas and the way they come up with, you know, things that seem to be so, you know, hard at first, right? Like, think of anything that you've done that was really, really hard. Because I know we've all been through this. All of us. I remember, you know, a time when I was 9. And I would just seem lost at what I was doing. But, you know, once you're focused on that, you know, higher question, when you were like, hey, you know, I'm lost at this. And you just let it out and you have that belief in you that you're going to figure it out. It seems like the answer just, you know, comes to you, right? It's just like there, like 1 minute it wasn't, the next minute was there. A lot of artists and writers can relate to this too. As they're writing, they say, you know, I'm just the vessel, right? I start writing and the words just flow out, you know, I just paint and it just appears. It's the same thing, but you can relate this to anything that you do, anything that you're learning. So with that said, I want you to concentrate on that voice. And successful people also definitely has tuned their mind into this higher voice. Like, they already know that the negative voice, you know, is just there. It's just nothing, it's not going to go away. It's always going to be there, but they treat it like the devil, right? They keep it out of their head. They, you know, fill their mind with more positive stuff. They meditate, so they think more about their goals and their dreams, and what they're doing, their projects, the people they surround themselves with. And with that, you know, they actually sit down and take time to actually think for themselves. They turn off radio, they go for walks, they go on retreats, you know, they just tune in. And there's a couple really big ones. I can't remember, who was it? Was it Henry Ford? I can't remember who it was. It was somebody, Thomas Jefferson or something. I can't remember who it was. But there was one that really struck me, and it really made me think, like, oh my God, I had this experience. Like, I can relate to this. So in Think and Grow Rich, I'm going back to Think and Grow Rich because it pinpoints this particular subject as well. Like I said, it comes up in philosophy a lot, and with these people that studied success. And when you have reached the point of knowing that you have two voices in your head, and like I said, you have to be pretty open-minded about this, and you have to keep learning about it and thinking about it, because that's the only way it's going to resonate with you. So, you know, you have the devil, right? The negative mind. And then you have, you know, the universe, the one that connects everything, that has all the answers from ever since time has been created. And if you learn to call out to that, if you actually are spiritually connected to that part, either in prayer or meditation, you just let your mind wander. Even if you just sit there in silence for 3 hours, Your answer will actually get answered if you just literally believe in it and tune everything else out. And like I said, many successful people practice this because they realize, of course, studying other successful people, this is just nature's law. It's just the way things happen. So, once they figure that out, there's different things that successful people have done, and I'll name two tonight. One, like I said, I can't remember who did these, but I'll write them down the next time I come across it again. So they both came from Think and Grow Rich, so you can definitely pick up the book and read it. It's near the end. I think it's like the second to the last chapter or something. So with this mindset, the positive mindset, there's two examples that I want you to try when you get the chance. And literally, you have the chance. You got 24 hours. And, you can watch TV for 3 hours. You can definitely try this for 20 minutes a night until you can master it, right? If you want to be more successful in your life, you got to start tuning into your own thoughts and believing in yourself. So I'm going to give you 2 ways you can practice this. 1, you go to a quiet spot and you literally close your eyes and just think of your problem. So simple as that. You can get some noise canceling headphones. You just need a quiet spot. You just close your eyes, ask yourself whatever question that you want resolved in your life, and see what happens. And just sit there, truly believe that the answer is going to come to you. Don't question it, just like you don't question religion, you don't question radio waves, you don't question how a microwave works, you don't question the spiritual beings around you, you don't question space, don't question it. Just know that it's there. It's just like air, okay? The next way is get into like a bathroom or somewhere that's dark. You can add a little bit of light, and just like then you just can't see, right? It's a little bit easier to do this because if you happen to be like, all right, well, I'm just, I just keep it open in my eyes. I can't sit here for 20 minutes because you really have to discipline yourself to sit there for 20 minutes if you've never taken the chance to think about anything. Like I said, all the answers are in your mind and in the universe, and you just need to start tuning into them. Just like a radio tunes into a good station, it takes a while to start automatically turning to the stations to get the clear signal. And that's what I'm having you do. I want you to get the perfectly clear signal, so I want you to start practicing this. So go into the bathroom or anywhere that's dark. You can go into a closet so you're not forcing yourself to open your eyes or something. But take a little lamp, make a little desk. This, like I said, another successful person did this. I think it was Henry Ford, but I can't remember, or Thomas Jefferson, but I can't remember who it was. So definitely you can. Oh, I remember. It was somebody that wrote over 200 and something patents doing this, but I can't remember his name. Clanson. So either way. So he put a desk in a dark room, and he had a little light, and he had his notebook, right? So his notebook, a pen, he had a little desk lamp. It was a small room, pitch black, and other than the light, of course. And then he would just sit there from anywhere from 20 minutes. And this is why you have to do it for 20 minutes. So you start tuning into those signals, right? When you ask questions that you're trying to solve. And the only thing that you really need to start this is you need to have a question that you know a little bit about, right? You can't just say all right, I want to know where rain falls in Africa, you have to just have a question that you're just stuck on. Say if there's a project you're working on, or there's something that you're trying to solve, like the mechanics of, that's the type of question, something that's gonna help you finish whatever you're working on. And that is what questions you're going to bring into these sessions. You're going to, just sit there. You're going to say, this is my question. You don't have to say it out loud. You can say it in your mind. And just sit there in silence and just wait. So you have to wait at least 20 minutes because you've got to filter out all the negative crap, right? Because you got to ignore the devil and all the crap that you're telling yourself, and you got to welcome and tune into the environment, the things that we cannot see that we know are there. So you do this from anywhere from 20 minutes to 3 hours. 3 hours, because I want you to really tune in and really think and just, just wait. And then just okay, put it this way. So this is a good example. So, when we lose our keys, we're just like, where the heck did I put the keys? And you're searching frantically through the house for 30 minutes. And you're just like, I can't believe I lost my keys, And then you're backtracking in your mind. You're just like, okay, I came through the door. I went upstairs, and then I went to the bathroom. I think I went to the bathroom, or did I go get a new shirt on? And then you start trying to analyze all this stuff. But then when you stop and you're just like, you know what? I know I'm going to find them. And you've got to really believe, I know I'm going to find them. I know I put them somewhere, and I'll find them. And then you just go silent for a second, right? And you sit down in a chair, and you're just like, okay, I know it'll come to me if I just sit here. And then it does. That's the way everything works. So when you're stuck on something that you just can't figure out the answer, if you just sit down, close your eyes, get tuned in, your brain is amazing. It will bring in those memories, those results that you may have picked up from just meeting some random people. Maybe it pulls the information back from when you were born, but that information is stored in your brain and the environment around you. And then once you tune back into that frequency, you will find the answers you need to solve whatever you're trying to solve. So like I said, it's not going to take just one day. It takes discipline and practice, just like with any type of talent. You've got to develop it. So definitely start developing the positive side of your mind instead of the negative. Ignore the negative, stick to the positive. If you start doubting yourself, you're going to fall backwards. You're going to start, something came up that was really crappy, and you start looking over at your doubts and start oh, well, I didn't complete that on time, so I am just no good because I cannot complete that one thing, and that means I'm not going to complete anything ever in my life, and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. Just say, hey, I made this mistake or whatever. It doesn't matter. Let me move forward and just keep moving forward. There's no point in ever looking back, ever analyzing it, ever, even thinking about it. Don't waste your mind power on something that is not going to serve you. I want you to start thinking of the stuff that's going to make you better every single day. So I hope that helped you guys tonight and you were very open-minded about this concept. Definitely try it out. So those techniques that I gave you, write down some challenges to overcome some of your negativities and push you through. Definitely stick to challenges that are the 10-day challenge. Even the one that I told you about that I'm doing 10 miles a day for 10 days, you're totally welcome to try that. Also, with any other challenges, definitely make sure it's 10 days at least, nothing less, and then up to 30 days. I wouldn't do over 30 days because after 30 days, it's not really a challenge, it's a habit. And I want you to do these short challenges to build up your confidence. So with that said, one more thing before I leave, actually 2 things before I leave. One is you can go and follow me on Facebook, Amena Kay Thornton. You can follow my page here. I do these every single night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tell all your friends, tell your family, whoever needs to get better, disciplined in the way they feel about themselves. I teach mindset, success, and motivation every single night to just make everybody better and more positive. Other than that, like I said, I do have one more thing. If you want to start an amazing challenge that's going to give you more energy and more drive to make you just feel amazing, get rid of the brain fog, help you through your anxiety. In fact, that's why I started it, because I was going through like major anxiety attacks, dealing with a lot of crap I was going through with my life about 8 months ago. So I partnered with Prove It. You see these boxes over here, I know you do. So I partnered with Prove It 8 months ago, and these are ketones. They put you into a state called ketosis. With that said, you can go to my website, which is amenakay.com, and go under products. You can see the one that says 30-day, I think it's 30-day challenge or shop keto. Either way, it's the one that's the keto site, and you can get your 10-day challenge pack, and that can be your first challenge. It'll give you energy. It's all natural, made in the United States. We are the only people that have patents for the all natural ketones, and they work under an hour to put you in ketosis, so it helps you burn fat too. So either way, I'll put that back there. And I'll say goodnight to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. It's been an amazing talk tonight. And use the resources I gave you. You know, definitely check out the book, Think and Grow Rich. Check out Wallace D. Wattles' The Science of Getting Rich, The Science of Being Well, and The Science of Being Great. So there's some more resources for you guys to go check out. You can, when you're on my website, amenakay.com, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. I have courses coming out as soon as we get them out. And I would love for you to definitely take those to further build your confidence, your mindset, and lead you to your path of success. Take care, guys.